The biogeochemical cycle that recycles water is the water cycle. Water is obviously an extremely important aspect of every ecosystem. Life cannot exist without water. Human activities have a large impact on the global water cycle. Through the building of dams and irrigation schemes, large amounts of water are divided from river systems. Through the emission of greenhouse gases causing such global warming, also the rainfall and evaporation patterns are changed across the globe.
So these are some environmental stress that causes such changes in the biogeochemical cycle. First is the human-induced changes. Human activities have increased atmospheric carbon dioxide by about 40% over pre-industrial levels and more than doubled the amount of nitrogen available to ecosystems. Second is the sinks and cycles. In total, land in the United States absorbs and stores an amount of carbon equivalent to about 17% of annual U.S. fossil fuels emissions. U.S. forests and associated wood products account for most of this land sink. Third is the impacts and option. Altered biogeochemical cycles together with climate change increase the vulnerability of biodiversity, food security, human health, and water quality to changing climate. However, natural and managed shifts in major biogeochemical cycles can help limit rates of climate change.
Invasive species can harm the natural resources in an ecosystem and threaten human use of these resources. An invasive species can be introduced to a new area via the ballast water of ocean-going ships, intentional and accidental release of aquaculture species, aquarium specimens or bait, and other means. Invasive species are capable of causing extinctions of native plants and animals, reducing biodiversity, competing with native organisms for limited resources, and altering habitats. This can result in substantial economic impacts and fundamental disruptions of coastal and Great Lakes ecosystem.
Due to different environmental stresses, it could affect the epigenetics of different species in the ocean. One such effect of environmental stresses in epigenetics is the problem of premature births. So a lot of environmental stresses such as disposing trash in the ocean and other materials that is harmful could lead to different mutations in the epigenetics of different species in the ocean. So this could lead to early deaths, different types of diseases and sickness, and it would ultimately end with the destruction of the ecosystem. So if it is not fixed, then it would be devastating to the ecosystem and it may lead to it failing in the future. Another issue that could be affected by epigenetics is the symbiosis of different species. So because of environmental stresses, this could affect the behavior of different marine animals and species that live in the ocean. Because of this, their behavior could change and would likely lead to the downfall of the ecosystem as well.